Hey, yo, y'all hear that? So you mean to tell me y'all don't hear that? Well, riddle me this then. Listen up, I got a story to tell. Mr. If you know type shit. Back one of the banger once again, going hard with no excuses, no white flags, no peace talk, no truces. So with that being said, y'all just relax. Lay back in the Maybach. Put your mental on cruise control, and as always, watch me unload this fire, 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 fire. You under dig? So let's get right into the story. But hold up, swole up. If you watching this video and you rock with your man 50 grand, I need you to hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Share the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So put on your seatbelt, mash the gas, and skirt. Let's ride out. Let's get right into it. This part 2. You already know what to do. You dig me? Down there, Archery State Prison. And this white dude just moved in the dormitory, and he got this cat named Tyreek, got his fangs knee deep. And what I mean by that, he done drew blood and there ain't no love. And the sad thing about white boy John, man, he couldn't read the room. You know, he came from the script. He was a wigger. You know what I mean? Trying to fit in and be something he wasn't. And Tyreek done got him in the weaver. And it don't look like he about to let go anytime soon. So, you know, in prison, you gotta let nature take its course. You can't save everybody. Don't save him. He might not want to be saved. You feel me? But like I said, him and Tyreek, them became the best of buddies. He done broke bread with him, gave him some free food. You already know the motto, avoid the free lunch. And as I was saying, they done got old school cool. Tyreek dad, he not messing with him. Just like I said in part 1, he's a C to the O to the P from the script. And he let his son know, he said, son, if you get in trouble, man, I'm cutting you off. But one thing about a mother, no matter what their son do, their love going to override that. So John just had got a letter from his mom, Duke, letting him know, oh, son, I love you. Keep a low profile. You only got 18 months, so on and so forth, blase, squaze. And the letter that he's reading from his mom, he's kind of reading it out loud. And that's one thing, you feel me, you don't do in prison. You don't let nobody know your personal business, man. Like that's how things happen. But he's reading the letter out loud, and when he's reading the letter, it says something about his dad being a COP, and it caught Tyreek ear. So now, not only are you in debt, he know about your little secret. So as time continue in the dorm, I just see Tyreek and John buddy. Every time you see one, you see the other. And it was some other inmates in the dorm. They trying to warn John, but he's not taking their advice. Like, that's what I mean by he was wrapped up in his web. He wasn't getting no money at first. And Tyreek, he's a seasoned convict. Like, he already done been through the flame in Alto. Things done happened to him, and he basically know, you feel me, the ins, the outs of the game that he played. So he's not trying to rush. And he just let John get deeper and deeper in the hole. He studied getting stuff out his locker box. They working out together. They go to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when John don't want to go to dinner, he come right over to the Tyreek cut. And, you know, sit in the bed and, and this is why I knew he really, really, really messed up. When you get so comfortable with a person, you don't ask to go in their box, you know it's over with. And, when a person not even keeping a tab of what you on, like, Tyreek was a hustler. Like, when you get something from him, he gonna write it down and tell you. And this the thing. At this time, he was running 1 for 2 back. See, when it's 50 cents on a dollar, it's a little bit better. Because if you get a dollar from me, that means you owe me 150 back. But if you get one item from me, you owe me 2 items back. Whether it's a $3 item or whether it's a dollar item. So John got all the way comfortable. Every time I see him, he eating them big boy meals. He got the pockets that swole on swole. I'm talking about like a regular player hater get you by. If you don't know what a player hater is, it's basically it's a single suit. You ain't got no swag. You gonna put some hot water on it, let it, simmer, and cook for 2-3 minutes, and you gonna eat it. You gonna put your seasoning in there, and that's that. But every time you seen John, he got the cheddar chime crackers in there, the chopped up beef stick. He even started getting stuff from the kitchen man. All on who? All on Tyreek. And I'm like, man, you just don't know. So as time continued to do, like I said, they become real close companions. And Tyreek taking his time. Like, back in the day, it had just been some real quick type ish. You feel me? But archery, they had inspection 5 days a week. The only time they don't come inspect if it was the holiday, because there was so much going on. Like, you'll have to been there to witness it. Like, give y'all a prime example. After inspection pop off, after it's over with, man, everybody pulling out their ring-a-ding, you feel me? Rolling big blunts, they in the day room smoking. The police coming in, the only thing they say, man, like, look, y'all take that back in the back. But dudes didn't really care. Cause it was a lot of correctional officers, they was getting paid off to basically see and don't see. So once John got settled in, his family writing him, not his dad. He had 2 sisters, 2 younger sisters, and his mom do. Because a female gonna be more compassionate than a male. That's just law. And every time we get a letter, it's, keep a low profile. Don't let nobody know how much time you got. And that's what he was messing up. He was too friendly. Like, y'all don't take this wrong when I say this and when I tell the story. Chain gang is not for everybody. It wasn't for me, but being as I had a stretch to do, I ain't have no choice but to what? Adapt and adjust. But chain gang was most definitely not for John. He's getting in the rhythm of doing time. He probably been in now about, I say 9 days. And he's making friends now. And everybody trying to tell him about the freak Tyreek. You know what I mean? And he's not, man, he not like that. I'm telling y'all, he ain't never make a pass at me like that, so on and so forth, blase, squaze. They're like, man, we telling you, bro, don't mess with that dude. And Tyreek was the type of person, if he hears his name and some gossip or some shenanigans, he gonna approach you. Because again, in prison, you mind your business. So it was a couple of dudes he had approached and told him, say, look, man, if I hear my name in your mouth again, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions. And don't keep it 100 with y'all. just because they rainbow type dudes, they still men. And you can't underestimate them. And Tyreek had a squad with him. Remember I told y'all about in part one? Well, if you ain't seen part one, you got to go check part one now so you can understand part two. That whole cut with Tyreek slept at, Tyreek slept on the bottom, then he had a bunk mate, and then he had somebody to the side. The two dudes to the side, all of them was under Tyreek protection. No flexing. And if you mess with one, you got to be ready for what come with it. Because again, Tyreek wasn't no coward. He done did, like when I cut into Tyreek, he had did, I don't know, maybe 12 years because he came from the toe. I ran across him in at GSP. They locked him down immediately because it was just too much going on down there at GSP for him, man. He couldn't adapt and adjust, and they locked him down immediately. And then they sent him to archery. So while everybody doing what they do at Archer State Prison, my mans in them, but not my mans in them. John he started getting a little money flow in. His mom started sending him little $25 here, little $50 here, but that ain't nothing. Like the tab he got, man, he don't know how much he owe. He don't know how much he owe Tyreek the Freak. But I know it's a lot because every night, like, it's the difference between eating to be content and full and glutton. John was a glut. You know what I mean? He's eating, and then he was getting stuff from Tyreek and he's showing love. But every time a person found out where he was getting it from, they were like, man, we do not want none of that. So one particular day, this is about like 2 weeks later. Now, mind you, they done got cool, speaking of Tyreek and John. And they wake each other up for child. And they, like Tyreek done became overprotective of John. Like, once he get up, he's going to make sure everybody in his cut got the cut situated. Like, there was his do boys. They're going to sweep, mop, make up his bed, make sure his boots and sneakers lined up. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, he's what we call in chain gang a war daddy. So for y'all cats that's watching this video, you don't know what a war daddy is, let me explain. And young cats, pay attention. A war daddy is a dude like Tyreek. He's gonna feed you your vices, your habits, and he's gonna bring you in his fold and treat you as a person that's under his protection. And keeping it real, you are under his protection. And once you sign that contract, you sign your name in blood. And that's real talk. It ain't no getting out the contract unless he want to break the contract. But as I was saying, when John getting ready for whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or going to the gym, or going whatever, or going wherever, you seen Tyreek, he's standing there posted up like a light pole, and he's on security duty. Like, it got so bad, he started getting obsessed with John. So one day John was saying, he said, man, I don't need you to protect me when I, get dressed or go to the shower. But he just saying, no, it's too late. It's too late to tell him no. You are rightfully Tyreek possession. So as time continued to dawn, Tyreek pulled up on John and said, we need to talk. So he said, you know how much you owe me? And he was like, nah. He said, what I owe you? And he told him a outrageous number, like with 2 zeros on the end. And he said, man, how I owe you that much? Again, he didn't even know. He thought what he was getting from Tyreek was a friendly gesture of, we cool. You can never expect anything given to you for free. It don't work like that. So when he told him what he told him, he said, I need my money. And you got 2 weeks to pay me. So John went to, scrambling around the dorm. The same people that he was getting cool with, these the ones he was, pulling up on. And they basically told him, like, what you want me to do? Because Tyreek already told him to stay out of his business. But it was one dude on Keep It 100. I think I spoke about him in part 1. There's a white dude named Steve. Now, Steve, he was a real warrior. And when you looked at him, you could tell he ain't play. Like, he done been jumped on by the Aryan Nation, the Crips, the GDs, the Bloods. Like, he done had his share of ass whoopings. And he wasn't scary. Like, he always stood his ground. He never let nobody take his store good. But, a couple of times, that's how he got into a lot of fights. Speaking of Steve, they had tried to take his store goods, and he fought. And this, one thing about chain gang, and this is a jewel I'm dropping. Never, ever let a person take your stuff and you don't do nothing. You got to do something, because it's going to start off, they're going to take your zooms and whams. Then they're going to take your phone if you have one. And then if you don't do nothing, the next thing they're going to try to take is your manhood. So, again, you got to, if it ain't in you, it ain't in you. But it's fight or flight and chain gang. But getting back on track with the story, John went and stepped to Steve. So Steve was like, man, let me see, what can I do? He's like, how much you owe him? So we told him. And the number was outrageous. Now, y'all have to be mindful. Everybody know 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, so on and so forth. And every time you don't pay, as like with the phone, it's roll over. And that's what was going down. Every day, week that passed, that one honey bun or one suit, it turned to 20. Because it's interest on interest on interest. So like I said, man, John was way over his head. So Steve went and pulled up on him. And keeping it real, he was the gladiator out of all the white dudes in the dorm. And they looked up to him. Like, if it was a problem, Steve gonna be the one to pull up on you. So he pulled up on Tyreek, right? I don't know what the conversation was. The only thing I see was boom, 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 boom. It went to going down. They went to fighting immediately, expeditiously, in the cut. Because Tyreek the type of cat, once he tell you something, he gonna stand on what he say. And he told people in the dorm, do not get in his business. But again, Steve was trying to put on his cape and save John. So they fighting in on the big floor in the day room. So everybody was like, hey, take it to the back, take it to the back, take it to the back. Because eventually, by y'all fighting in the day room, the police gonna see y'all and both y'all gonna get locked up. Now, I'll keep it 100. Steve had got off because Tyreek knows it's running blood, it's all on his shirt. But don't think Tyreek ain't get off too. You know, Steve eye almost shut, but he's a warrior. So bottom when they go to the back, Tyreek come out of the shirt, and when Steve tried to come out of the shirt, Tyreek rushed him, pow, and popped him. So he getting the best on, boom, 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 boom. He popped off on him. So when Steve finally come out of the shirt, they going at it. And it's not no regular fight. You got two gladiators going at it. They fought from the day room to the back of the cut, and bunks are moving. Like, the beds are moving. They going at it like full-fledged gladiator fight. And the only thing a person could do is get out the way, because Steve ain't small and Tyreek ain't small. So they boom, 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 boom. They going in. So it get all the way to the back, and it's like a trail of blood from where they started at to the back of the back. Why I mean the back of the back, I explained about the back of the back. That's in the back where everything go down. So you got people standing on the bunks. You know, everybody, you know, when it's a fight, you know, people want to see who gonna win, who gonna lose. So they get into it. And now it's to the point, it's a bloody mess. You got blood on different people bunk. You got blood on the wall. But ain't nobody telling them to stop. So they keep going at it. So John, he's standing there like, he's shaking like a dice game. You underdig me? He's scared because they fighting because of you. So as they continue to fight, you know what I mean? Old dude, man, I'm just gonna call him Mr. P. Mr. P was a real dangerous convict. He's a white dude. And he had a lot of respect at archery. A lot of respect. At the time, Mr. P was about like, I say 58. And he could work out with the best on. I'm gonna keep it 100. He even almost smoked me during the workout. He was very conditioned. He was the only older guy I know can still do 100 straight push-ups. I ain't talking about no bunny hop. I'm talking about lockout. He was very conditioned. So Mr. P come over there. He said, man, hey, enough is enough, man. Y'all stop that. Y'all stop that bullshit. And immediately both of them just stopped. They breathing like wild dogs. Blood dripping out of both of their mouth. Both of them swole up. It's like, when you fight like that, you can't do nothing but respect each other. So Tyreek told him, he said, hey, look, he said, this ain't over. And Steve told him, he said, you know where I sleep at? He said, you want round two? He said, you know where I'm at. So he grabbed his shirt off the floor. I don't know for what, because the shirt was bloody as hell. I was stand up on a brick wall. The brick wall is separate the rows, because you got the front, the middle, and the back. I'm on the back wall standing there, and when I see him grab his shirt, I'm like, what the hell you got the shirt for? Like, his shirt is red on red on red. You feel me? Like he got damn blood gang or something. But he grabbed his shirt, and he going back to the cut. So he tell John, he said, man, bring your ass here. So just like a wet puppy, he walked to the cut with him. So he verbally lashed him, and this what he did, put his hands on him. Fow! He smacked the shit out of him. So I'm like, oh, shit. That's one thing about it, man. If a man smack you, he either gonna smack the buck out you or in you. Because, like, I don't know no real man will allow another man to smack him. Do you know one? But like I said, he had smacked fire out of him. And he just basically verbally chastised him. So by this time, all Tyreek, people that was in his fold, they come over there. And they mad. They mad because they war that he got to fighting. So they were telling him, you know, they basically like, I can't say what they were saying or make the, you know what I mean, how they were talking, but just know they not manly no more. You underdig me? So they telling him like, come out your clothes because, you know, the folks gonna come there eventually and count. And he was standing there, and again, Tyreek was a warrior. He got blood on his back and everything. And the police come there and see that, and they gonna count in a minute. They gonna lock him up. And the people that was under Tyreek protection, they didn't want to see him get locked up, because if he get locked up, you know, that's their protection. They can't get no free food or nothing no more. So he eventually, you know what I mean, took his pants off, and they walked him to the shower, and they did what they did, whatever. But anyway, well, I say did what they did, I'm talking about, you know, they were just, I guess, standing over there why he did what he did. But anyway, after he got the shower or whatever, he go back to his bunk. So now you can see the wounds on him. Like his eye, he had a couple of knots. Steve did his thing. Like, again, Steve wasn't no coward. So Mr. P, he go over there and told all of Tyreek buddies to exit stage left, meaning leave. So like I said, Mr. P was well respected, and he was smart. Mr. P never, and I know this for a fact, Mr. P never went nowhere without two knives. Nowhere. Like, at a time, and I'll tell you about the story about him later, I seen Mr. P in church with two of them things. That's just the type of person he was. He was jointed out. So he go over there, and him and Tyreek, they rapper tab. And he was like whatever he said, like, I couldn't hear the whole conversation. I would just, and I shot the, you know what I mean, see when Mr. P went over there. And I can see Tyreek, he was saying, yes, sir. And I never heard him even talk like that. He just humbled Tyreek. But this is what it was. They knew each other from Alto, you know. And Tyreek know Mr. P is an all-out person that will unalive you. He was the real deal. Real deal. So while he talking to Tyreek, I just see Tyreek like he's shaking his head, but he's saying, yes, sir. He's basically telling him, okay. So they talk for, you know, I don't know, maybe 7 minutes, and Mr. P left. So when he come back in the back, he go holler at Steve. And Steve was Mr. P protege. He taught him how to box. He taught him how to survive. And he told him the ins, the outs of chain gang. You know what I mean? And he met Steve in Alto. And this one thing about chain gang, man. It's a blessing if somebody take a liking to you. And I'm talking about just, you know, some cool friend type shit, you dig? And Steve was just lucky Mr. P took a liking to him. Like, I believe they was somewhere in Georgia. I can't remember the exact spot they was at, but they was from the same town. And Steve was a reflection on Mr. P. So he went back there and told him, like, man, look, man, you know this chain gang, man, you can't be getting into people's business. So he was telling Mr. P why he jumped into business. And he said, you know, regardless of that, you know, you got to stay out of people's business. So they talked for a minute. So after they finished talking, I think Steve messed up his shoulder or something. So his shoulder was wrapped up, you know what I mean? Then he had some lumps on his face, whatever the case may have you. So Mr. P and Steve, they go over there to John Bump. And they had to talk with him. And Mr. P, man, like I said, as I always say, the game is to be sold, not to be told. And Mr. P just, try to put John on point. But regardless of what he's saying, he still owe Tyreek. So Mr. P basically tell him like, look, man, like this chain gang, and you can't be, if you want to survive in here, you can't be doing the thing that you're doing. You're not gonna survive. He said, whatever you owe Tyreek, you gonna have to pay him. And that's one thing about chain gang. If you owe a person, right, you gonna pay him. It don't matter how you pay him. It's different. Like they say in the free world, there's levels to this. Same thing in chain gang. There's levels to it. Like, you're going to pay them in economics, in money. You could pay them with, cleaning up. Or, you can pay them whatever he asks, you know what I mean? You just, like I said, like story like this, I already speak about. That's why y'all see me keep getting caught up when I'm trying to, present what I'm trying to present. But make a long story short, Mr. P and Steve, they trying to put John on point, man. And he was like, all right. And they asked him, well, what you owe him? And he told them. He said, man, what? He said, whew. So Mr. P was a real one. Get what he told John. He said, man, look, I'll pay half of that tab for you, but you're going to have to pay me. And like every morning, I don't need you to come do this, like clean the showers, because Mr. P, he tried to stay conditioned. You know what I mean? And part of his routine when he got up, he'll get up, work out, and do the showers. And he was real, he was OCD, he was a neat freak. You know what I mean? Like, when he get in the shower, he gonna super scrub him with bleach. So we told John, like, after I work out, you need to be in them showers scrubbing them. And he wasn't letting them scrub them like a regular way you clean the showers. Get how he was disciplining them. He had them scrubbing the showers with a toothbrush. And I'm talking about each corner of the shower. Like each square from the bottom to the left to the right. He made them scrub them. And I'm like, man, like, oh, look, you might need to just be cool with Tyreek. Like, it's like real loud and red. I'm laughing when I be telling this story, but man, these are things that go down in prison. And you won't expect this. Like a person be done, got their fangs in you, you under dig me, and you be in knee deep, and you got a couple of choices how to pay them. So the very next day, I seen Mr. P working out. And Mr. P had a whole workout team. Everybody respect him. Like, it wasn't like they ain't fear him. It was respect. Like, you had the G's, the Muslims, the Bloods, the Crips. He was a mentor. You feel me? He wasn't racist, and he was a warrior. And one thing about Mr. P, if you do something that he don't like, he gonna get at you. I don't care how old you is. So after Mr. P work out, he just standing. He don't say nothing to John, but John already knew it was serious because that was his last straw. Like, if you get on Mr. P bad side, you on your own. So John go back there, and when he was back there, it was understood like don't nobody take a shower. John had to scrub every shower. Like, I cannot make this up. You feel me? But anyway, after he cleaned the showers, you feel me? He left. But still, he's still cool with Tyreek. And he go over there. And he basically explained to him, I'm going to have your money in 2 weeks. So he said everything understood because he said, Mr. P talked to me. And one thing about it, that's what kind of saved him. You know what I mean? That's what saved him for the time being. Because Tyreek was still trying to get at him. You know what I mean? So after he cleaned the showers, went over to the Tyreek cut, he went back to his bunk. And fast forward, store they come. Mr. P might have had like 4 locker boxes in the dormitory. So after everybody got their store goods, Mr. P went to each one that had stuff in their box that belonged to him. He probably got like $25 out of each box. He probably took John probably like 150, maybe 175 in store goods, and that's a lot. Like, don't think that's a lot of money in chain gang. 150, $175, that's a lot. I done seen a dude in chain gang, man, get unalive for just 2 suits, and 2 suits is the equivalent of 60 cents. So Mr. P take old John boy the store bags, he counted out, and he was, speaking of Mr. P, he was very professional, and he made him sign a contract. So he counted the money out in front of him and told him to sign the paper right there. And it just show you how oblivious he was to seriousness of prisoners. He signed the damn contract and ain't even read it. You don't know what you signing. But Mr. P wasn't like that. He was fair, you know what I mean? So after they finished counting the money out, John Boy and Mr. P, they took the money to Tyreek. Tyreek counted the money out, and he told Mr. P he appreciated it. And then, Mr. P went back in the cut, and old John Boy went back to his bunk. So while time continued to dawn, he was trying to, basically not deal with Tyreek no more. But again, Tyreek wasn't going for it. But now, he done dug a ditch with somebody else in the dorm. He done let people in the dorm know that his dad was a police. Really, he didn't let them know. Somebody had peeped his mail. Even though Tyreek knew, but Tyreek wasn't saying nothing. He was going, use that to leverage. You know what I mean? When it's time to pull the whole card on him, you know what I mean? But again, like I said, he didn't say nothing. Somebody had, matter of fact, it was John. It was a dude in John Cut had peeped his mail, and his mail had got his last name on there, and him and his dad had the same last name. So until next time, y'all stay tuned for part 3. I'm gonna let y'all know what popped off when it was exposed. Old John Boy was the Popo's son. And you already know. And Chain Gang, if you a Popo or you a related one, you gonna catch a hard time. And as always, y'all already know, that ain't this and this damn sure ain't that. So until next time, till next story, y'all already know. Salute.